blah, 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 blah. You know, before we jump in, we'll do our thing a bit. Big T has principles.
Yeah, Big T, taking online gambling sponsorship for $20 million a month? Yeah. Yeah. You stupid? $20 million a month for a gambling sponsorship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Dude, look, here's the thing. I understand the idea. Like, as I know that Mizkif clip started a lot of controversy where he said everybody has a price. Oh, everyone's got a fucking price. For just enough money, everybody's willing to do what XQC is doing and fucking going in. Look, if XQC is making like fucking $10 million to have a fucking sponsorship, like, maybe he should just outright say, I don't give a fuck if my community gambles and they get into issues and shit, right? Because they're all their own humans and blah, blah, blah. You could take two stances. You could say, oh, it's my moral obligation as a streamer and as somebody that has viewers that could be young. It's my moral obligation to make sure that they don't go down the wrong path. And then there are other people that could say, hey, on the same side, what? I'm just some fucking asshole on the internet, right? Why do I have to assume like the responsibilities of making sure that people aren't going down the wrong path? Shouldn't their parents be doing that? There's two sides that you could like fucking argue, and they're both kind of valid, because I don't think streamers necessarily have to be this like fucking moral compass having role model, but I also do think it's the whole like with great power comes great responsibility. If you have that much sway and influence, you should probably use it towards something good in a world that has so much shit in it. So, but what I'm saying is this. I find it hard to believe that any streamer wouldn't say, yeah, you know what? You're going to pay me $20 million to gamble? Yeah, I'll take it. You know what? Yeah, $20 million? I could use that. There's a couple things I could buy with that I'd be interested in. Sure, I could use that pocket change. Give me $20 million to have a sponsorship. Like, I could fully understand if somebody would just be completely not able to say no to that. At the end of the day, you're not sacrificing fucking dogs. You're just gambling. And is it shady? Yeah, honestly, yeah. But let's be real. And I'm saying this from like a tactical perspective. In terms of public reception, because I know PR, you know, your public image is very important. How people see you, how they think about you. Most people will probably think you're a scumbag. They'll probably think you're horrible. Give it like a month, 2 months, and nobody will really care anymore. They'll think you're a scumbag, a human trash, all that. And then as soon as the sponsorship ends, you end up with $20 million more in your bank account. And everybody forgets, and then you get a funny clip posted on LSF, and all of a sudden, hey, look, it's Mr. Cow. Hey, look, he's funny. Fuck it. Who cares if he gambled? So there's really short-term memory in terms of controversy, depending on what you did. Like sexual assault and fucking being a creep and all that, that sticks around. But something like gambling, people think you're a degen. They have very short-term memory. They'll stop giving a fuck two days later. You'll be a lot richer. All you did was gamble a bit, and the world moves on. So, yeah. Yeah, if somebody offered a $20 million gambling thing, seriously, from the optics of how long are people actually going to care that I did this? Oh, like, what, a week? 2 weeks? And they don't give a shit and everyone's cool with me again? Yeah, sure. Pay me $20 million. I'm cool with that. Why the fuck would I say no? Who the fuck would say no to that? If you would say no to that, then you must have $20 million lying around already, because let me have $5.
I make $200 a month right now.
I make $200 a month. Shut the fuck up.
Are you kidding me? Who would not take $20 million a month?
Yeah. Seriously, if you're being offered the $20 million a month to gamble on stream, then you are quite literally playing the fuck out of whatever company. I promise you, it's not. I get it. These companies make a lot of money back. I understand. But there's no way in hell that a company is able to fucking pay out $20 million and recoup it that quickly. That is absurd amounts of money they'd be paying you.
Oh, the viewers, I don't give a fuck. I don't care, bro. If you guys get scammed, if you guys waste your money, that is not my problem.
Dude, here's the thing. At this point, even I don't want to hear the fucking argument. Oh, but there's kids. Oh, but there's children. The children. Those same children are fucking smart enough to make a goddamn Twitch account and know how to subscribe and follow and donate. If they're not fucking smart enough to make the connection that this gambling shit is probably a scam because it's shady as fuck and not even legal in the States. If you're not able to make that connection and you see the streamer gambling when you know they're being paid to gamble because it's literally a sponsorship and you still go and waste your money, then quite frankly, you might just be fucking stupid, okay? I hate to be the fucking person to tell you, but if you can see all signs pointing at, this seems a little shady, this seems kind of sketchy. Wait, why is everybody mad at this person for doing? Oh, it's because they're being sponsored to do this. Well, I'm going to go spend my non-existent fucking cash on this website. Then yes, you probably are stupid or very financially irresponsible.
$20 million a month. I'll scam you for $20 million. I do not care.
Fuck yeah.
Holy shit, what kind of dumbass questions is that? Make sure that 3, bud. What? Bro.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically asking, like, hey, would you like free money to do fucking nothing? If XQC had this honesty, the backlash wouldn't have been as severe. If he just said, fuck it, yeah, I took the gambling sponsorship, I did it for the money, wouldn't be that big of an issue. That's exactly the point. Knut will take any sponsorship that gives him money, but you need to know this.
I will take any fucking sponsorship that gives me money, okay? That's what I have said. But you, as a member of Knut's community, you need to know this. You need to know the difference between a bullshit sponsorship and a real sponsorship.
Of course. Dude, if you get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, is it because you give a fuck about Raid Shadow Legends or because they're paying you a shitload of money to play the game? Realistically, with how many memes and how many times that I've dunked on the game, if I get a Raid fucking Shadow Legends sponsorship and I say, chat, did you know if you use !Tras, you'll get 7,000 gold and a fucking free champion? Wow, that's Pog Champion. Holy crap, I can't wait to get my free gold. Do you really think that I care? Or do you think that it's because I'm getting a giant bag of fucking money and I want money because money allows me to buy things like a 14-in-1 food appliance to cook things? Let's use our fucking head here. Versus me telling you, like, if I'm openly telling you, damn, this one protein I'm drinking, I really am fucking noticing a difference. And like, damn, this shit actually kicks ass. Like, I'm being genuine about it. You know, there's a fucking difference between actually endorsing a product because it's good and being paid a fucking shitload of money.
You should have the brain to understand when I'm sitting here, because I will give some hints sometimes.
Nice shoulders. Fuck, I gotta watch this video.
I will hint.
Testosterone results?
When you shouldn't open your wallet. For example, when you take those trash fucking mobile game sponsorships.
Exactly. Exactly.
You should download them, smile, and say, oh, that was a nice game, Knut. I will probably spend all my money on this idiotic bullshit. But you're not.
Yeah. He fucking nailed it on the head. Exactly. Oh my god. It's all fucking XQC again. Oh my god, the whole LSF is about this stupid shit, man. XQC doesn't get the problem right after being shown the problem of how easy it is to sign up at stake. I'm only 12.
There's no safeguards. What is wrong with you? And then you get the money in how?
It doesn't even verify your address? Bullshit. What? Actually? It doesn't even fucking like check to see if it's a real address. It just says fuck it. You can literally put in big anime MILF titties, 77th Street. And that will just go through. Dude, this is exactly what I mean when I say. This is exactly what I meant when I said like fucking 30 seconds ago. When I specifically said, I'm sorry about that, don't worry about it. When I said about 30 seconds ago. this shit's shady, okay? It's not fucking, that seems kind of straight. It's very, very outright shady, okay? Which is why you can't fucking do this shit in the US, which is why he went to Canada. Granted, he might have wanted to see his parents. Sure, we'll go with that. Benefit of the doubt. He wanted to see his parents, so he went to Canada. It wasn't exclusively for a sponsorship. We're just making millions of dollars. Sure. But even if it was, that's fine, okay? But my point is, that is fucking really bad. Like, that is very, I mean, there isn't even verification of addresses. And you understand why, right? That's because they know that there's a lot of people that are living within the US that want to use the website, but because it's not technically legal, they know they're going to be using a VPN. And if you're using a VPN and you change your location to, let's say, Austria or Sweden or somewhere where it's illegal, if they have a safeguarding system that verifies that you are actually not in the US and you're an illegal resident somewhere, like a residency, they're going to say, okay, well, what's your address in Sweden or Austria or something? And as soon as you punch it in, they're going to say, well, that's not actually an address that's registered to your name or that is fucking registered. So, sorry, you can't use the website. And that would mean no customers. No customers means no money, and then, profits go down. So they just say, fuck it. Enter anything. It's literally just a fill in the blank, and it doesn't matter.
Okay, so even though it says 18 plus everywhere in the title, I'm showing that you told not to do it just because you can.
This is the worst part, in my opinion. It's one thing to take the sponsorship and full-blown acknowledge, hey, this is shady. I understand it's shady. I get this is sketchy. And, hey, I'm being paid a lot of fucking money to be able to play on this website, okay? The bad part is when you're defending it. When you're trying to defend the company or its practices, that's when you look bad, because then it looks like you're defending shady practices. That's when that's what might be what makes his community get mad at him, because you're talking shit. You're basically attacking your community in defense of the company sponsoring you, when you should instead be taking the approach of agreeing with your community and saying, dude, guys, isn't this shit so sketchy? But hey, they're paying me a lot of fucking money, so let's just put our fucking heads down. Let's gamble hard as fuck while we can, and then once this sponsorship ends, we'll fucking ride off into the sunset with a big ass bag of cash, and the real good content will continue to roll. Wouldn't that be a much better approach? Because your community would almost side with you, and they'd be like, you know what, fuck it, dude. XQC's robbing this fucking company. Yeah, he's gambling on stream. Fuck it, dude. But he's going to get paid a shitload of money, and we're not even going to gamble. We know this shit's shady as fuck, so we're not going to gamble on it. We're just going to we're just going to, endure through this fucking stream. He's going to get paid a shitload of money. Then as soon as he's done with it, he has a fuck ton of money. The good content's back, and we all acknowledge that it wasn't a good thing. Wouldn't that be the better way to have approached it instead of attacking the community? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at this way too specifically, but I feel like that would be a really good approach.
Break an account. It dispels all the whatever. I don't get it. I don't understand. What's the problem?
I don't know. I don't think this will have any real, reverberations, repercussions. I think his community still worships him, basically. Which, by the way, I'm not saying they should hate him, but I'm saying, like I said at the very beginning, give it a week, nobody's going to give a shit. It's just more like LSF fucking getting all amped up. It's not going to result in anything. How did he go from this to the way he is today? XQC on Easy Aces promoting gambling to children. Oh, no, Pepe laugh. See, this is my biggest, yikes. I hope he didn't, at some point, shit on people gambling and then do a complete 180.
This guy's a fucker. I'm sorry I said it. I don't like what he said. I'm sorry, dude. I will not take moral advice from somebody who promotes gambling to children. Okay, I will not take moral advice from somebody who promotes gambling full-time to children without putting a 18 plus tag on his stream. I'm sorry. I won't do that. Now.
What the fuck is going on here? Close that before I get banned. Hassan on referral codes for steak. Two things. One, I'm almost positive they said that Twitch said you couldn't have a fucking code anymore on your stream. And two, I think the referral code is definitely more like shady. It's one thing to say, hey, I'm gambling, hey, I'm doing this, and hey, I'm doing that, and blah, 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 okay? And it's another thing to now have a code that enables the person or gives them an incentive to go and fucking gamble. Where it says, hey, spend $15 and you get 45 back or something. Or, hey, enter this code and you get a free $10. Because that's a foot in the door type of thing. That's no longer, hey, guys, I'm fucking getting sponsored. I'm getting paid a shitload of money. Let me just fucking gamble. And then when it's over, it's over. It's more like, hey, I'm indoctrinating you. Try out this fucking website, and then now there's potential for people to actually get addicted. And you may say, well, just don't get addicted. How fucking hard is that, right? I mean, addiction is very much so not something that everybody can avoid, unfortunately. There's people that get addicted to everything. You can be addicted to everything and anything. You can be addicted to porn. There are people that fucking spend entire paychecks on just OnlyFans and like fucking actual pornography. Okay, there are people that are addicted to cocaine. Well, that's chemical addictions technically. There are people addicted to sex. There are people addicted to fucking drugs, television. There are people addicted to eating, right? Starving themselves. Everything. So the referral code part, probably not good.
A lot of these websites, Stake and all of them, if they have a code, if you are offering a code, that means that Stake is tracking all of your losses and you're getting a percentage of your fan base's losses. I don't know why Misgif had a hard time explaining that, but that is quite literally the truth.
Of course. I mean, it makes perfect sense too. As they're losing, every single time that one of the fucking viewers or something punches in the code, right? They get rewarded a certain amount. And then they play that certain amount. Let's say you get $50 and they waste those 50. Those are their losses, and then they're just funneling that to XQC instead because he's getting a percentage of that cut for using the code. It's like a fucking, like a reward system. And you could say, okay, well, what if they win instead of losing it? Yeah, but he's still getting a cut just because they're using the code with his fucking name in it.
That is how fucking, that's how fucking bad it is, okay?
It's a transfer of wealth. It's like communism, but like with less steps.
Yeah. They let you in on it, dude. They let you in on the fuck.
Wait, actually, it's like opposite communism because the poor are funding the rich. Oh God.
Fucking on the losses of your fucking fan base.
Yeah, pretty much. I know I'm wrong, XQC.
Past 2 or 3 years, I've seen it all play out. From the initial gamble in Texas to this degeneracy. You're wrong about this on every level. Stop misconstruing every argument.
No, you don't know. You mean no. I wish you understood that. I know I'm wrong.
XQC starting to lose it with chat's bait. Oh my God. Live stream fails. XQC stream fails.
That's bait. It's gotta be bait. That's just bait.
The gamba streams. The problem is us trusting X to be honest with us and him not telling us the gamba part of the stream is sponsored. He did it with every other sponsor, why not with
What the fuck? What the fuck? You feel fucked by what? What fucked you over? What did you lose? You're looking at pixels on a piece of plastic in real life! You degenerate fuck! You're looking at pixels!
I mean, look, to a tiny degree, he has a point. It's like, get the fuck over it, dude. You're watching a fucking dude on a screen, okay? You act like, what? You act like as soon as stream ends, you're gonna walk out, and I'm gonna be in the kitchen fucking cooking, and it's like, really? You said that on stream? We're not in a fucking relationship, man. You're just fucking watching me. It's like if you watch a movie, and a character you like gets stabbed, and you're like, well, I feel really fucking backstabbed by the fact that that other character did that. They don't know you exist. Yeah. Clint is back. Yeah, I'm not even going to watch the clip because by the time I finish watching it, he's going to be gone for another 3 months. Fuck you. Train, is this you? Oh, no.
You're so fucking dumb, dude. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I understand I have influence. I try my best to fucking to say, don't do this. Don't do that. Okay? Mother sucker. I literally go out of the way tell you not to do it.
South Park defense.
You, friends, fun, drink, Hot girls, you're hot. Drink more. Expensive cars, ass, drink, ass, money. You in a tuxedo, threesomes, vodka, pussy. Drink, drink, drink. You drink, Vegas, fun, pussy. You in a tuxedo, fucking this girl, vodka, drink, 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 drink it all, you fucking pussy. More tuxedos, more cars, more pussy, more vodka, drink, drink, drink. Please drink responsibly.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh shit. That might be the best comment on an LSF post I've ever seen in response to the clip. XQC admits some streamers get fake gambling balances from their sponsor. Okay, well, that's just stating the fucking obvious. Of course, you're being sponsored, so they're going to give you money to spend so you can keep spending it. If they, like, let's say you get sponsored, right, by Subway, but Subway doesn't give you any sandwiches, and they ask you to make your own fucking sandwiches. Why the fuck would you be sponsored by Subway? The same way that if a gambling site gives you money to gamble, it's because they want you to gamble, and if you use your own money, eventually you might run out or not want to gamble anymore, and it defeats the purpose of being in a gambling sponsorship. If I'm sponsored by a keyboard company, but they don't give me a keyboard, then how the fuck am I sponsored by them? Because I'm not using the merchandise. Like, if you look at it from that perspective, it becomes very obvious why they would give you money when you're sponsored. Which also pretty much makes it not gambling. You're just kind of just baiting people into gambling. You're baiting people in. XQC, that's right.
Raw balances, I have my own juice. I get more juice to the juice. Okay, then when I gamble, and if it goes down and goes to nothing, it goes down and goes to nothing, and I keep nothing. But if I win and I get something or I stay flat, I keep those amounts. Some of these deals are some bullshit like, oh dude, I'm just gonna go and it's gonna refill and but if I win, I only keep a certain portion of it, right? So literally the whole point of gamba is high risk, high reward, with the house having an edge. High risk, high reward. These deals, they cut to the risk and they cut to the reward and make it a stagnant promotional dog shit that shows something that is not real. It's a fantasy, it's fake. That's not even close to the same thing.
People would get bored of the gambling? No, he's bigger than ever. People like gambling content. They just like watching.
When Ludwig explains things, I feel like I'm being lectured, and I don't fucking like it, Ludwig. Cut that shit out! Oh, I saw this.
Did you know it's impossible?
So you just hold it like
I saw it, and I'm clicking for a very specific reason. The timing is hilarious.
Hold an egg in your palm and break it.
Immediately after it fucking happens, there it happens to him.
It is actually possible. It is actually possible. Matter of fact, it is indeed possible. Holy shit.
Ew.
Did you know it's possible to...
My God.
Where did he even read that fucking random fact? Like, where did he read? It's scientifically impossible for you to crush an egg with your hand. Where?
Wait, let's go get Chance.
The fuck? Aw. That's a nice chain.
What are you doing? Let's go.
What the fuck? I'd be like, hey, get a fucking room or something. We're on stream. Sukuna uses 0.01% of his full power.
What kind of bag is this? It's so secure.
Is that YouTube streamer Sukuna? Filthy Frank in Half-Life 2? Haven't heard that name in forever.
It's childproof for us.
They said the crinkling's quite dank.
Quite dank. God, they said it.
Wait, so we need your brute force for this. Remember you worked out the other day?
Could just use scissors.
Oh.
You can open it, right?
Oh, wait, you got it.
So sweet.
PogChamp. What the fuck? Twitch needs to stop gambling streamers.
I'm going to tell you something that's going to shock all of you. I'm a gambling addict. I know. I haven't really talked about it much, but it's true and shocking. 5 years ago, it got so bad, I had $100 left in my bank account. And you know what I did with that 100? I gambled it on a Mario Party 4 minigame against Slime. And lost. I panicked, didn't know what to do, so I asked for a double or nothing, knowing that if I lost the double or nothing, I would have zero way of paying the final 200, and I would have to embarrassingly walk away from the bet. Luckily, I won. I told Slime about that months later, and he forgave me, but it just shows how bad my gambling addiction got.
That's crazy. I find gambling fun, but I never felt the fucking pullback. Like, oh man, I have to play it. I'm just like, when I've lost, I'm like, well, this fucking sucks. Oh well.
Honestly, there was no greater rush in my life than the opportunity to lose every last penny I had. I can't do that now because I have 15 employees, so you're welcome, Gallon, for not gambling your children's future college funds away. But I'm not the only streamer with that gambling issue. XQC has the same problem. Here's a clip of him on Pokey's podcast.
Off stream, then on stream.
Yeah, I gamble every day. I lost 2 million.
Really?
I lost 1.85 million this month.
He lost $1.85 million off stream. He lost $100K in my poker event too. It got so bad that his dad called him on stream about how worried he was. It's a problem for him. But he's bringing the problem offline to the online realm because this week he went back to doing online gambling streams. This went on LSF. It went on r/all. It was big news. Why? Because he's the biggest streamer in the world. And also, he said he wouldn't do it.
Like, what more can I do?
This is a clip from 10 months ago when he used to gamble online. Then there was a whole shitstorm about it. There was an H3H3 podcast. And then he said this.
What more can I do? You shouldn't gamble on stream. You shouldn't do it. We've known this. I said it.
Oh, what is that?
Don't do it. I'm sorry for doing it. I'm genuinely sorry that I gambled on stream. Okay?
He went back to doing it. Now, he says he changed his mind and that he's not a hypocrite. He just no longer feels that way. He felt pressured back then. But understandably, after fans saw this for 5 hours today, a few of them were mad. And this post, I think, speaks volumes. It's 3,000 upvoted, one of the top posts in his subreddit. And it basically says that I don't want to watch you anymore because what you are doing is making me sad. And I've been watching for like 4 years. And
you know what I can't get past is the idea that like you know what, that argument of like the whole, listen, you don't know how long you're going to be a fucking streamer for. You don't know how long you're going to have a viewer base that cares about you. You don't know how long they're going to stay subscribed or donate and stuff. Like, that's a valid argument for a streamer that has like 5,000 viewers or something. I don't know how valid that is for somebody that's already averaging like 60,000 viewers and is more than likely beyond the fucking point of being a just single-digit millionaire. Like, I think it's safe to say he's probably got more than at least $10 million. If he's willing to lose 1.5 million in a span of a month, I would assume he's got more than at least 5-6 million. I would say he's like he could possibly be like at 20-30 million, right? If not more. I mean, we don't know. But I get that argument. But when you want to when you're the biggest streamer on the platform, probably not that big of a deal. Or like Asmongold was saying, hey, being a streamer isn't forever. Yeah, but I mean, just like Asmongold kind of has a really loyal fan base. Same kind of thing with XQC. I don't think he's just going to fucking shrivel up and die instantly.
And I don't know. I didn't think you would do this. And XQC replied in the most insane fashion by doubling down and just saying, I don't give a shit. I am not a role model for you guys. If you don't like it, leave. Which, you know, fair enough. He's not the only streamer doing this. But why would he do it? Why do this gambling online if people are going to get really, really mad at you? And I can only think of two good reasons. One, you're already addicted in doing it offline, so you might as well do it online. And two, if you do it sponsored, you're going to make a shit ton of money.
Of course.
Now, the main culprit of all the online gamblings is Stake. That is the main partner. And they sponsor Aiden Ross, they sponsor XQC, and they also sponsor Train.
Ew, Dextero.
How much do they pay these people? I don't know how much they pay XQC, but because Aiden Ross leaked his DMs, we know they pay him at least $4 million a month.
$4 million a month. Yeah. Remember when I said like 8 to 9 million sound more realistic? Yeah. There you go. Probably about 8 to 9 million.
Which is crazy. That is an insane amount of money. In a year, that is more than Ninja made on his Mixer deal. That is more than Tom Brady makes on his NFL contract.
By choice, he's always taking less money. It's not based on his actual value. For example, look at Dak Prescott, the Cowboys quarterback. He's making $75 million this upcoming year, I'm pretty sure. $75 million, and that's because he got paid a fucking shitload. Tom Brady chose to take less to retain teammates.
It's a shit ton of money. It's hard to say no to that amount of money. Look, I'm not a high road guy. I'm not here to say that, oh, I am much better. I would never take a gambling sponsorship. But I don't know if that's because I have devout morals that I stand by to a T, or because I don't want the backlash of people to be mad at me and I like the audience I've cultivated and don't want to disappoint people. I genuinely don't know the answer to that question, which maybe is a problem that I have to deal with, but that's me being honest. Look, 64 out of the top 1,000 streamers have done a crypto gambling stream. All right, it's too tempting. I mean, look at the king himself, Trainwreck. He's on a 38-hour stream right now, gambling the entire way. And the gambling...
You know what my question is how is it fun to watch somebody gambling? I've always thought playing a slot machine or playing blackjack is fun. That's the fun part, because you're the one that's, like, risking it. How the fuck is it fun to sit there and just watch this shit, though? Like, as content, how is it enjoyable to watch somebody playing a slot machine? I'll never understand that. The same way that I can only kind of stand, like when I've gambled, I can like stand by somebody that I know that's doing it. I can watch them play like a couple spins, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna continue playing. I'm like, it's not as entertaining as doing it myself. So how can you watch this? I don't get it.
Is pretty liked. He is a top 11 streamer in the world. Okay, if you see this graph right here, his main success has come from gambling. People said a year ago that it would fall off and people would get bored of the gambling. No, he's bigger than ever. People like gambling content. They just like watching it. I have 3 stats for you guys. The first one, over 60% of Americans have gambled in the past year. The second one, over 80% of Americans are okay with gambling. The third stat, this is a Swedish study. It studied about 2,100 addicted gamblers. About 20% of them attempted suicide.
It's
a problem.
Big fucking
but
number.
I don't think the
that
onus
amount of like people too
of whether you gamble or do not gamble should ever be on the streamer. I have a theory where I just feel like we shouldn't rely on humans to have the morality that we are looking for. They should not be the ethical person. It should be the platform. The platform is the one that should dictate what is okay and not okay, rather than hoping that thousands and thousands of people will all abide by loose guidelines that we all think people should abide by. Now, this is the current guidelines for Twitch on gambling, and it says, to prevent harm and scams created by questionable gambling services that sponsor content on Twitch, we will prohibit sharing links or referral codes. So if you ever tune into Trainwreck's stream, it will say, do not gamble. And anytime he wins, it'll say,
do not start. Gambling is entertainment and entertainment only. You won't break even. You won't win. You won't do any of that.
This plays every time he does a big win, which, you know, okay, good job maybe stopping that a little bit. That's nice. But that's not going to stop people. And I know that firsthand because I remember early on when I had my sponsored poker streams, I would do a little bit of blackjack offline. I would take my poker winnings and play blackjack with it. And one day I went up big. I spun up like 1K all the way to like $10,000. And that was a lot of money. It's still a lot of money. And I went and told Slime, and I was like, oh, but please don't gamble, because I know he has a gambling addiction himself. And he didn't. The next day, I wanted to make my 10,000 into 20, and I lost all of it. I went from 10,000 to 0. And I went to tell Slime, and I said, dude, I lost everything. And he's like, that sucks, man. That same night, Slime, without telling me, put $500 onto the online casino to spin it up.
You know what's crazy? I think a really good way to prevent yourself from fucking becoming like an addict in gambling, at least, is set a goal for something that you want to buy. So the amount that you go into to gamble with, let's say you go in and you have like $200 and you're like, I'm only going to play these 200, win or lose, that's it. $200, I'm fucking locking myself out so I cannot gamble anymore. So I usually set a goal. So I'm like, let's say you win like he did where he got $10,000. When I've gambled, I've won like probably a total of like $600 in general. blackjack, slots, all that. About $600 is what I've won. I've gone up in more than I came in with. And I've always hit the point where I win and then I immediately eject. And I take it and I cash the money and I'm fucking putting it in my bank account. And I'm like, that's it. I'm not gambling. Why? Because I really wanted to buy myself a mouse. A mouse, hey, if I win, I can buy myself a mouse. Now I have the money to do that. That's it. I'm not fucking putting any more into it. I got what I came for. Thanks, casino, for the money. But I feel like people get fucking hot-headed and they're like, oh my God, I won. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And then they lose and they're like, well, I'll put $20 more in and I'll get all of it back. And then that's when you head down a really bad, like, slippery slope type thing.
After seeing me lose, he did it. And I asked him why. I was like, dude, I lost. Why would you put in money? He's like, I don't know, man. I just wanted to hit the dream one time. And that's it. That's the problem. All right. The argument that people always make is, oh, this is a bad influence for the kids. The kids can't really get their hands on a lot of money. Yeah, maybe there's an example of a kid getting his mom's card and buying Bitcoin and then putting it into stake.com and gambling. But I think the bigger problem are the gambling addicts, the addictive personalities, the people who know in their head that it is rigged, that this is mathematically meant to make me lose, but do not have the self-control to not gamble. And any slight trigger will send them over the edge. And you can say, well, then just don't watch the content. But it's fucking hard. It's fucking hard as a gambling addict, okay? A little thing can just make you just have the urge to bet. And it happens to me a lot. It happens to me a shit ton. But I try to avoid it because I have 15 employees and I don't want to let them all down and lose all of their money. But it's scary. So I have a new rule, a new guideline that I think would solve gambling online and gambling on Twitch. No sponsored gambling streams. It's a simple rule.
No shit. You mean just stop people from getting paid to gamble and they won't do it on stream? Who the fuck would have thought?
Not allowed.
You mean to tell me when a streamer isn't being paid $8 to $9 million a month, they have no interest in doing it? Well, that's a shocking event.
Sponsored gambling
streams.
Because
That'd be perfect.
There's two major problems with it. One, you have people who are getting a shit ton of money. Millions and millions of dollars. So they are gambling way more recklessly. I totally believe that Train is gambling with his own money, but he's also making so much fucking money that he's able to gamble $1 million and lose it in a day because he's going to get $10 million that month or some shit.
Right.
And I don't think that should be allowed.
Like if a company says, hey, or if you tell your viewers, hey, look, I am using my own money. I am literally losing money. But like that money came from a paycheck. Like let's say you get paid $10 million through, let's say you make like, I don't know how many subs he has, but let's say he makes like $8,000 in subs for that month, okay? And then he just stashes that in the bank, and then he gets a check from the casino or whatever the website is, and it's for $10 million, and he wastes $3 million. He's still profiting $7 million, even if he lost $3 million of his own money. And he's not even actually touching his streaming money, so that's completely safe, secured. So is it really his money that's being gambled and he's really losing out, or is it more like kind of a play on words, I think
it's too reckless. If Train lost $1 million and had zero sponsor, he couldn't do this forever. He couldn't do it for a year straight.
Yeah.
Because after 10 months, he would have $0 fucking dollars in his bank account. Now, I'm not saying I want Train to lose all his money, but at least that wouldn't make him gamble for 38 hours straight, knowing that he always has the fallback next month of the cash cow coming back in. That's the first problem. People gambling too much money because they're getting paid too much money. The second problem are streamers who use fake money to gamble. Now, I don't think XQC or Train are doing this, but I do know this happens because it was in a CoffeeZilla video, and this is the main culprit. Steve will do it. I'll just roll the clip.
If I started like putting my own money in this, I feel like I'm feeling like if I just filled myself with 4,000, it's like right. Like I feel like I could like, but also it could be dangerous. But I see it as there's no point in putting my body or your mind through that type of stress. I don't need it.
Yeah, definitely don't.
In a sponsored gambling stream in Mexico where he lives part-time to do these sponsored gambling streams, he came to the realization that, gambling with your own money could be stressful and bad for your life. That's crazy.
Shit.
How do you find that out then? That's like showing up to a KKK rally and being like, dude, they're racist here? Dude, oh, I just thought it was like costume day. It's crazy to me. It makes no damn sense. But that's my new rule. Twitch, if you're watching this, maybe consider it. I don't know. I think it's good. No sponsored gambling streams. That would stop everything. And it would stop us from getting mad at a streamer for taking advantage of being able to make millions of dollars. Not that it's okay to do that, because they're obviously aware and know that they're getting the return from their viewers. But we don't have to look to our streamers to be the beacons of morality when the platform can deal with all of that. But I don't know. Let me know. Maybe I'm being too forgiving for streamers. But I guess I know how it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys later. That's it. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I mean, can't argue. Valid.